higher ping, you could say, from distance, then Refuse to Die could compete against some Russian teams. I don't know what they could place. We'll have to see. Fun Gaming, Refuse to Die. There you see the team rosters. Battle's about to begin. What do we have for tanks?
For tanks, I'm looking at a 110, 2 AMX 5100s, a KV5, and a Panther 2 as well. Refuse to Die bringing a very different lineup here to Himmelsdorf for battle number 1. And it looks like Fun Gaming is going to bring a 110, 2 AMX 5100s, and 2 IS3s.
Well, there's one thing Kittens did say as well. He says, we plan on taking this series lightly and making it entertaining for the viewers so they don't have to suffer through another camp fest.
Oh.
More shots fired coming from Kittens. Wow. Let's see if he can back it up.
We'll have to see. But for this battle, what are the opening moves for these teams?
Well, Go PvP is at the keyhole window. And he's looking through for... There was some scouting of Valkyrie Vuas and Warlord II Fnatic, but not too much. Miss Rocky is the other tank that has been scouted. It's in a reverse angle position, looking towards where a bag of Kittens and Hired Gun could potentially be. Fires at Hired Gun for the miss, though. And they're going to continue dancing back and forth between these spots. Miss Rocky takes a hit. Can't tell exactly where it was from. It did come from behind. Did penetrate. At least down below in this section. I saw the sparks. But no indication where it actually hit. That's where it came from. World War II Fnatic. Another shot fired from him. Miss Rocky returns fire. No dice. Taking a look at some of where the other tanks are. Predator up on the hill along with his T1 counterpart. That's Funny Bunny.
Funny Bunny?
Fun Gaming, yeah.
That's an interesting name.
Yeah. It works for a T1 especially.
It just sounds like a girl's name.
Oh, well, I might as well mention that then. That there are two strengths to Fun Gaming, as Max said. I asked him, what are your team strengths? And his strengths are, we have two very beautiful girls in our squad.
That was his answer?
That's his answer.
I remember
That's his answer. Interpret that however you want. That's his answer.
Because I remember reading his profile on his teams, and he seemed to kind of poke that as a strength of his team. Like, these guys were awesome for it. It was just very silly.
Count it as a strength. I would. Predator and Funny Buddy now moving up. Doesn't matter what gender you are, as long as you can perform in the game, that's what matters. But
that's all I care about.
Let's see how they're going to perform up on this hill when there's no one scouting them. Nothing is happening on the hill for Refuse to Die.
Down below, it does look like Refuse to Die is going to be taking the west side, lower. So that whole hill play might be countered out by just positioning of these guys from Refuse to Die. The Fun Gaming layout, though, is very strange to me.
How so?
It's so split apart in a way. You see how everyone is just a few grid squares away from each other?
Yes.
It's very reactive. And that's the first thing that I see when I see this lineup. Everyone's ready to jump, flex, move back to support each other, but they're not ready to attack in any direction. And that's the weakness of that kind of a lineup. It's great. It's absolutely great to cover all your bases. It is not great to actually make an attack happen. Because when you actually begin your attack, you're going to all be still split up. You're going to have to flow around and flank, but the thing is, you can very easily be overwhelmed if you're caught unawares.
It's not aggressive, that's for sure.
That's
usually, and to compare against that, the D line would feature a lot of these tanks, and they would be spotting all of this movement from Refuse to Die coming up the west. It's not going to happen. And this leaves these corridors open for tanks to land shots and pull back, to start hitting them left and right, pull back a little bit, get those HP wins, pull back a little bit, and then finally push up and destroy the tanks that are weakened.
Possibly. We'll have to see if that would actually happen.
Yeah.
The thing is about this lineup,
it's all about possibilities.
Yeah. Hired Gun, though, was spotted in the T1. It looks like with that no spotting in return, Fun Gaming not detected. However, when you are detected, that's enough information to tell you that someone can spot along that angle. That's just sixth sense, even if you don't spot someone, tells you where someone can be, especially in a city map like Himmelsdorf. And as they bring up their tanks, it looks like Refuse to Die is going to remain mostly undetected. Valkyrie Veil's going to lead the way in his 110, doing its job absolutely as it should. 2 missed shots go right over Valkyrie Veil's, and Miss Rocky will take a shell.
From the hill, looks like one tank is going to be leaving, both of them. Stark Fung. Stark for short. Takes a hit.
Well, this is interesting. Bag of Kittens in the Panther 2 is going to get on cap, covering Hired Gun. To the south, World War II Fanatic is getting ready to screen the cap and stop Miss Rocky from making any kind of flank. This KB5 just has so many hit points, it's going to be able to hold off this flank for quite some time, especially with Slovenian to back him up.
That's a nice place over that KB5, and he has so much HP. But here comes Kirill hopping up on the debris. He's able to fire at least twice, but Predator's now going to move in. Stark takes a shot to the front. He's almost dead. And Predator gets tracked. Even more time being saved. Slovenian and World War II Fanatic are low, but Anubis is going to try to help. They're able to get the kill. Stark still using that corner game, and he falls from a nice shot from Anubis, destroying any damage coming from that tank. Predator, however, takes the shot and the kill against the KV5. 4 seconds left.
2, 1.
A nice track shot, and they're able to get it. Base capture from Refuse to Die against Fun Gaming. Nice usage of those 2 tanks, the KV5 and then IIS-3, to stall that amount of damage coming down their way. They were completely overmatched.
Completely. The thing was, they weren't able to make it fast enough. Fun Gaming slowed down in their attack. They could have kept going forward. They would have taken plenty of damage, but the thing was, they weren't in a great position. Refuse to Die was able to make a safe approach to the cap, and when they began the attack, there wasn't enough damage coming out. 2 shells missed on a 110. If they'd connected, we might have been watching a different battle, but the thing is, it's hard to know. You'll never know if those shells, what would have happened if they connected. It's a
big what-if scenario.
A lot of what-ifs.
I'm taking a look at World War II Fanatic at his score sheet. 4 for 9 for shots. Well, it's okay. He only did 857 damage, but the thing was, he was a constant threat down that one alleyway, down that one corridor, and that is seconds on the board. And those seconds made a difference, made a complete difference for the fly cap to happen. That's why I really like this usage of the KV5. It's not going to be a powerhouse hitter of damage. It allows you to stay alive longer and to be this big burly threat that these teams are going to focus on instead of trying to go somewhere else. And if he's left alone, guess what? It's constant damage coming your way.
Exactly. He was able to deal a pretty decent amount. 857 is not that bad. It's not exceptional, but the thing was, it was made up for by Slovenian, Anubis, and Valkyrie Veil's, all playing a little bit more conventional tanks. The 110, again, being a nice tank. It was able to bounce 1 IS-3 shell at least, and on top of that was able to deal 1,100 damage. On the other side, though, you did see competitive amount of damage coming from Fun Gaming. Aside from the cap, they still were holding their own in that fight. It could have gone either way if it wasn't for that.
A timeout has been called by one of the teams that allows them 60 seconds. It was Refuse to Die that called the timeout. And after that timeout timer is over, we start the timer for the game itself, which we've just started, and Mines is going to be the next map, map number 2. First time we're seeing Mines tonight. My favorite map for 2 reasons. 1, I love the fast brawls that happen in the center, and 2, I love watching teams try to come up with something different to change the meta or to bring a surprise on this map counter to what we see a lot of times. And that surprise can be a different take lineup or positioning of the 1390s down the water side.
Yeah, that water side stuff's been around for a while, but it's never been used as much as it probably deserves. Because the thing is, the hill play is so strong, but the water play is the other move you can make. It's just the way that kind of works out, just because everyone seems to favor the hill. I think it has a lot of value in it just because of what people think it's worth. The market on the hill might crash, though, pretty soon.
The market. Well, it's all about that trust. If you have trust in it, then that's what gives it its value. 18 seconds left on the battle clock until the game is ready. What do we have for tanks?
For tanks, get ready for this, guys. 2 T-69s, WZ-132, 2 T-71s, and a PZ-1C for the side of Refuse to Die. That's interesting. Other side, Fun Gaming. 2 50-100s.
Powerhouse tanks.
2 T-69s, a KV-2, and a PZ-1C. Love it. PZ-1C is a really fun little tank. The machine gun on the thing is a monster. It just puts out plenty of damage. It's a crit machine. is what I want to call it.
This is the seriousness coming out of Fun Gaming. Yeah, they may not have any IS-3s or T-32s, but they have two 5100s on this map. And if they can unload all 6 shots and both of them and land every one, that's a heck of a lot of damage being done against Refuse to Die.
No, Facepalm is just rammed for almost all of his health. Pirate Gun. Valkyrie Veils finish him off. And now there's hill control. There's a little damage in these T-71s. They hit hard over a little period of time. And the thing is, if you see a push coming out of Fun Gaming onto the hill, they're going to lose some tanks.
Quasiar first to fall for Refuse to Die in the T1. Stark was able to get that. Miss Rocky's almost down. Huge volley for 1,200 damage.
I was talking about it. Don't just go up on the hill. You're going to get somewhere, but you're going to pay for it. But do they pay for position, and is it worth it?
Well, Predator's coming from around the corner, focusing on the WZ-132. He misses a shot. Valkyrie Vios turns, lands a hit for 230, but Predator finishes it off. Stark is now focusing on Slovenian, and he fell very, very quickly to the fire from that 5100 and the T-69. Bag of Kittens still alive, but now low. Took a big hit, so that volley. Predator, if he's reloading, means Bag of Kittens could still be alive, and he's going to be alive behind that rock.
Below the hill, though, there was a fight, and it looks like Anubis and World War II Fnatic were able to live. And they were able to kill Miss Rocky. They did all of that damage. Bag of Kittens now falling off the hill, but they put plenty of shots into Go PvP and into Starkfunk.
Kirill with a ran damage gets a kill against a Bag of Kittens. Hired gun at the flag cap is all alone with a minute left. And 2 tanks alive. Anubis and World War II Fnatic have a lot to fight against on the side of Fun Gaming.
Hired Gun looks like he's going to be able to get away as it's tracked in the open, not able to burn his kit. T1 goes down.
Kirill is going to turn his attention back to the mine section. However, Anubis took a big hit, saying this is a really prime time for them to get the surround.
Go PvP is going to go down in exchange for Anubis, and then World War II Fnatic from the Hill Predator getting that kill.
Yeah, Fun Gaming puts a point on the board, tying up the series 1-1. The devastation of those 5100s was brutal against the lineup that Refuse to Die brought.
But even worse, the T-69, 2,430 damage, outshone both of those 5100s in that battle.
Yeah, that was a fun day for the T-69. He was skeet shooting on mines. Taking a look at Predator, he was 7 for 9 for 1,507 damage, and Kirill was 5 for 8. So they didn't get all of their 2 drums out, but they were close. They were
Close enough. I mean, they didn't have to do much more. The KV-2, firing HE, I'm pretty sure, was actually able to get 3 for 3 of his shells. Very impressive, seeing as... Have you ever played a KV-2?
No, I have not.
Okay, so a KV-2, the accuracy on that derp is sufficient,
Okay.
I think is the word we use for Russian tanks. With
Sufficient.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. A big thank you to you that came up with that when we were writing that segment for...
Just one word, dude.
I know.
You got the rest.
I know. But so it all came down to Soviet's execution.
Perfect. And it was flawless.
Yeah.
I had no idea he was such a good voice actor.
If you don't know what we're talking about, it was the Tech Tree segment that we put together for Russia. We have some other segments that we're working on for this season. A lot of people were asking if Big Dave was going to make a return.
Oh,
and
better.
It's in the works. It's in the works.
Oh, really?
It's in the works. It may not happen this season, guys, but Big Dave's Ranch is still doing just fine. Just fine.
Is he going to go back to Vegas?
I don't know. I don't know if he has any money left to go back to Vegas.
Yeah.
That was good. He lost all his money in that poker game.
Dude.
Then he won it all back in slots.
Got to play the craps table, man.
I love craps.
It's just such a good
I love it. It's so social, so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
It really is. It really is. Well, these 2 teams are having a lot of fun as well. And as a reminder, this is the skirmish, the preseason. These tank lineups are not normal. They're not the standard. And the reason is because what we mentioned yesterday, a lot of these tanks that we see constantly, the 5100s, the IS-3s, the T-32s, the Pershings, the T-69s, the 1390s, sometimes variants of the Object 416 or the AMX 1390, always see a Cunningham T1, is because they're the best in that area, in that slot that you can fill. And you can only bring 7 tanks to the battlefield. Why not bring the best?
Exactly.
Why not bring the best?
And everything else, it has its own strengths, but they don't fit within the play style.
Mm-hmm.
There were tanks like the VK 4201, I think. that used to see some play.
Yeah.
Yeah, just the Tier 8 German heavy tank. It was nice back in the day. It saw some play for a little, also the T-32 more often, but the thing is those tanks just aren't common anymore. They don't fit within the meta, and that's what we're seeing a lot of today.
Team cohesion and comprehension is very, very important, not just with tank selection, but also the strategies that you bring to the battlefield. Cliff will be battle number 3 between these two teams. What do we have for tanks?
For tanks, I'm looking at 5 KV5s and 2 T1 Cunninghams for the side of Refuse to Die. On the other side, Fun Gaming bringing that Tier 6 lineup, 5 KV1Ss and 2 Hellcats. Now, spoilers here. I think I know that Refuse to Die is just going to go for a cap rush. It's got to be what's going on here.
In the KV5s?
In the KV5s.
They're going to go for the surround?
What is the other strategy you could possibly bring with KV5s? There isn't.
I can't think of anything.
Yeah, it's the best possible option.
It's the TOG strategy that I would try to bring.
Oh no, they're not fast enough. KV5s are like giant sports car tanks of the giant tank world.
Giant sports cars.
Yes.
That's an oxymoron, I think, my friend.
No. This is the KV5.
All right, I'm going to follow Go at PvP up to the front. As a reminder, he's going to be in the Hellcat.
Look at this, staging up. It's like they're getting ready to race, except Valkyrie was staged up in front of a rock. So,
and Fun Gaming hasn't scouted them at all yet. At all. Go PvP is going to get up to the top of the rocks.
That's right.
Every which way.
Always remember, guys, when you cross an open area and you're looking towards where the enemy is likely going to be, it's probably where they're likely going to be. And you should put your turret there.
Yep.
Which is what World War II Fnatic and Slovenia to do. What am I saying? I'm going with like Madden style advice right now.
It's all right. It's okay. Some people are new to tanks. They need to know. I won't go into my Madden impression yet.
Not yet? Soon?
No, later.
Okay.
Kirill could get the first shot, and he does see them pass the house. It may be too late.
Nope.
No, 1 hit. And the side of Barry Kens for 399 damage.
Oh no, he's now at a whole 1381 hit points instead of 1780.
Well, Stark and Kirill are going to get set up here for some long-range sniper fire. Return fire a little bit over.
Don't stop. Don't
Tank
stop.
setting up in this firing line.
They're stopping in the open to fire. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Refuse to Die. Stay on the strategy.
The first T1 falls. But Kirill takes a shot from the left. And he's confused. He doesn't know where it came from. Miss Rocky takes a hit for 295.
There we go. Oh, Anubis takes one for 421. They're trying to cover the T1. Keep him safe. MVP right here has to stay alive.
Now they're trying to line up those hits.
Okay, he's on the cap. It's all good now. What could possibly go wrong from here?
Well, those dead KD5s can still be cover.
Oh, they're fantastic cover. They're the ideal cover. Although it looks like Hired Gun could take some shells if they don't cover him perfectly. There he goes. He backs up. He's safe now. And the cap will be able to continue for a while. It looks like, did a KV5 stay behind? Valkyrie was.
Yes, he's coming back. He's coming from behind.
He's a ninja.
Kirill and Stark are still focusing on these tanks, and he is right behind him. He's over in this section to the left, and he's ready to pounce on him. Now Stark and Kirill still firing away, and there's Valkyrie Views. He can't get up the hill itself, but he's ready.
Soon.
There he is. There he is.
They know
now he can get up. And he sees Kirill. He's ready to get the shot, and he gets the kill. Valkyrie Views from behind, ready to surround the tanks that were destroying his friends. But Hired Gun's in trouble. Valkyrie Views is the last tank that can do any damage, and his 1T1 hope is gone.
Rip. But he's going to be able to just waste all these tier 6s. I mean, think about it. It's just a giant and then tiny little beetles below him.
Valkyrie Views is able to bounce a shot to the front. Funny Bunny and Facepalm are going around the corner to get up to the mountainside to get to the side of Valkyrie Views. He's going to have to be careful here. This long range against Go PvP, I don't know if it's the best shot to take. He's going to get behind the rocks.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I think he knows, though, that Funny Bunny and Facepalm could be coming around behind him. Oh, Funny Bunny might be going for a cap. Interesting choice. Facepalm, though, will not be, and he's actually going to try and climb the hill just where Valkyrie Velos was. And Valkyrie may... No, oh wow, takes 380 to the side. That hurts.
Yeah, he's going to take some serious damage, especially from those tank destroyers.
He spots
Facepalm up on the hill. Wow, 307 damage on that shot. Can he get the hit? 383.
Turret's jammed. Valkyrie, use your kit or smash him with your tank.
He's going to... Oh, the huge bounce off facepalm.
How do you bounce at that angle?
He's going to go for the round damage. Oh, facepalm. Living up to his name. Just strikes her right in the face, says, no, you're going to die. And he gets it. It was a fun matchup between Fun Gaming and Refuse to Die. Fun Gaming now up 2-1.
Yeah, not bad.
2-1.
The KV5 strat did not work. Fast cap failed this time. It must be because they stopped. You can't stop.
Can't stop. Can't stop. Won't stop. Can't do it. Can't do it. Well, the KV1S's did not have a lot of HP. So when you saw him get hit for 300-something damage, half their HP bar is gone.
Dude, Tier 6 it has a 122. It hits just as hard as an IS-3. But the thing is, it doesn't have the pen or the accuracy, gun laying time. Doesn't have any of those stats. It just has the damage.
Yep.
That is it. And just such a soft tank when you put it up against Tier 8. When you put it in Tier 6 versus Tier 6, it's a monster. It's going to go wreck people all day. The problem is, it doesn't quite work out here in the Tier 8. Some people, though, in team battles I see, have brought all Tier 6 lineups. That's cute, guys, but that's not the best lineup. It worked today against an all KV5 strat that went for a fast cap on Cliff. That's not the norm.
That's not the norm.
Yeah, so don't take this as an endorsement of that strat.
It's not the norm. It's not the norm. All right, well, the Hellcats had some fun. Funny Bunny did 1381 damage, 6 for 8. Not too bad. Not too shabby, especially with the amount of KV5s shooting towards him, or at least his teammates. Go PvP, a little bit of friendly fire, but for fun at the end, 12. Predator was one that did the most damage. He was 7 for 7, landing all of his shots, all of them penetrations. 2,229 damage.
All right, put that name down because I want to see if he's going to perform well in the future as a kind of just top guy for Fun Gaming. Someone has got to stand out for this team.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. There's about two individuals per week. We really want to hone in and see if they stand out or what type of top plays we're going to see here for the season. And it's a lot of fun to see these teams' personalities shine through via these players that are able to make some incredible plays. Battle number 4 is going to take place on Ruinberg between Fun Gaming and Refuse to Die. What do we have for tanks?
All right. Again, Refuse to Die. You really? 2 5100s, a 1390, and 2 Tiger 1s, a PZ1C as well with it. This is almost the Bag of Kittens strat, but the thing is I don't think Kittens is willing to go all Tigers because Fun Gaming seems to be taking this completely seriously.
Didn't work all that well last time, but you don't want to go way out in the open with all those tanks.
No. Gotta snipe.
Go PvP is going to be the active scout at the front. Towards the road. He's going to peek up over the road, circle around, then head back.
We'll have to see Bag of Kittens heading out to the far east in his 1390, maybe to lay some kind of trap, as it looks like Niv's going to be the scout this time. Only having 230 health, he cannot take much more. He can't take really any shell from any of the tier 8s.
No.
Yeah, ain't gonna happen.
No, he can't. No, he can't. Oh, shot fired and a miss. Can't tell where that came from.
On to who?
It was close to Go PvP.
Must have been Bag of Kittens. He was off in the east. May have been going for him. But I think he's getting out of there now and realizing that Fun Gaming has control of that side of the map.
Yeah, and Go PvP is heading further south.
Yep. He knows someone was firing from there at least. You kind of get to realize the angles that shells will come from if they're going to hit in certain areas. You just realize. And after a while, it becomes instinct. When you see a shell impact in front of you, you're like, there's no way that guy would have overshot too high. He's probably below me over here, or he's above me in this or that direction. So I think he smelled that Kittens was over there.
First tank to fall is Funny Buddy for Fun Gaming. The T1.
Those T1s for Fun Gaming die a lot.
They do. We'll have to see how early they're going to die and how much information they're able to gather before they die, because that's the most crucial thing.
In the north, Quasar able to look out across the southern approach to the North Cap. Does not spot anything, and it looks like Fun Gaming is going to be stacking up to defend their cap in just a minute or two as Refuse to Die is on the way. Looks like everyone is kind of taking that hidden route, trying to avoid being spotted by the east. To the far north, Bag of Kittens.
Oh, shots fired. Miss Rocky fires into nothing.
There's nothing over there.
Nothing. It's straight blind fire.
Yep. Well, not going to find anything from that. Not going to scare anyone. I'm not even sure Refused notices this, but if they notice these shells impacting, they might actually make a push happen. This is an all autoloader lineup from Fun Gaming. 25100s, 2 T69s, 1390. All of them. Autoloaders. So the thing is, there is a small window after these guys start blind firing that you can begin doing some kind of work and really make a huge impact in your opponent because they have Tigers. And while Tigers have plenty of hit points, they are consistent fire tanks. And against autoloaders, you're going to have a hard time.
Yeah, especially when they're reloading.
Yep.
Which is, you got to play that dodge game against them.
Oh, wow. Bag of Kittens, able to get all the way into the northeast. He's going to be able to screen the cap a little bit. He spots Miss Rocky and Kirill A. Oh, sorry, Kirill K.
Kirill K. Kirill K.A.
I don't know. I'm going to call him Kirill then.
Kill Bill Kirill. Oh, we can't call him that because we call Soviet. All right, Miss Rocky's coming up. Around the corner, Bag of Kittens takes the first two shots.
Oh, wow. That
Trying to
hurts.
keep him distracted. 16 seconds left.
Bag of Kittens looking the wrong way. Kirill's going to come around. So will Predator. Loses his gunner. Is able to only put out one shell of damage. Kirill misses. Gets a second one. And Valkyrie Baywas takes out a Bag of Kittens. You simped your battle buddy there. And he's going to take a shell for it.
Now the reset has happened on multiple tanks, bringing it back to 20 seconds. It's a straight-on brawl between all of Fun Gaming that's up to the north and Refused on the flag cap. Go PvP takes down Quasar on the T1. Anubis barely alive. Trying to hold the line as Valkyrie Views and World War II Fnatic are duking it out with Go PvP.
Yep, now Go PvP is reloading, I think, running away. World War II Fnatic able to hold the front, and Anubis is still not dead. I'm amazed these Tigers are not dead yet. Finally, one of them goes down.
And Predator's going to push up. Miss Rocky takes down World War II Fnatic. Niv 13 destroys Facepalm. Valkyrie View us. Only a matter of time for these tanks to get this round of the kill.
Oh, unless they're all reloading. No, not quite.
It's not doing enough damage here. Valkyrie View us. Lines up another shot. Oh, they block it. And he gets the kill against Predator.
German accuracy.
They're still reloading.
Yeah, it's interesting. Actually, I'm
Oh,
really
Stark.
surprised.
Ah,
Valkyrie.
missed shot from Valkyrie. Turret wasn't there in time. And he falls. Niv 13. Last one alive to the south. Go PvP sees him. Niv
He's
tries
on-
to fire.
He
He
tracked.
tracks him. Go PvP lines up the shot. Misses. Might have been a bounce.
No, miss.
That was
Right
a
to
miss.
dirt. There's some pens. All right.
Go PvP is slightly impressed. He waits for it. Waits for it. Waits for it. And he gets it. And Fun Gaming is able to win the series against Refused.